Hey, welcome back. So, last time we left off with the spark plugs, we test drove the truck, and when we got back, it wasn't really running the best. It wanted to shut off all the time. So I pulled the plug, uh, almost went the wrong way on it. I think I need a colder plug instead of a hotter plug. So we're going to try that. And also didn't have a temperature gauge, so got a new one of those. Got an Equus this time. Apparently they know gauges. So anyway, still champions. These are the RC10YC. The other ones were 12 that were already in the truck. And if we need them, I also have the 14s. Don't think we're going to need those. Those are pretty hot. So the Edelbrock heads recommend the 12s, champion brands. For the 12 is the heat range, and I thought more compression you were supposed to use hotter plugs. That is not the case. So the reason they recommend the 12s is because they're assuming you're working with, a stock bottom end, which the factory Ford pistons didn't really allow much compression. So that's why the 12s. But since I actually have an aftermarket upgraded rotating assembly and pistons, I've got a little more compression than what they would assume you're working with. So we went one step colder, which I know was the 12s. So the 12 and 11s are the same on the heat index for champion, apparently, from what I was reading. And the 9s and 10s are also the same, so I got the 10s. Anyway, probably going to go ahead and start on the temperature gauge first, because I would like to know where this thing's at as far as heat. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get on that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to need to do is get that distributor turned around where that there's not in my way. And I've already got it marked, so that way I know where to put it. I should probably drain the coolant, but I'm going to try something. It's probably not going to work, but it is 100% worth a try. I'm going to lose a little bit, but I'm going to end up losing a lot more if I try to drain it. Because the drain on this radiator is even worse than the old one. So catching coolant to reuse is not going to be easy. Now, to keep that from flooding the underneath of the intake, put a rag there. That's not going to do anything. Okay. Get 5/8 in there, go ahead and crack her loose. Should have a geyser here in a second. Right now I'm wishing I just took the distributor out, but that's also a pain in the rear end. Yep, got a geyser. Just plug that with your finger. Now, as long as this one is the same thread and everything, shouldn't have any problem at all putting that back in. And the way it's shaped, it should seal. Alright, going back in with the new one. Real quick like. Please thread. I think it's threading. Yeah, we're good. Alright. Yep, nothing in the valley. That actually worked so much better than I thought it would. Barely spilled any. And just snug that on down. That should be good. And it probably won't even leak. Just dab that up. While we're drying that, go ahead and put the distributor back in place. That seems about right, probably. I mean, it's not like I can't go back and change it if I got to. It's just easier if I don't have to. Alright, now I just gotta yank that back to the firewall. We'll be good to go. Alright, so now we'll start on spark plugs. I'll get that chunk of wood back so I can stand on it. I think these should maybe possibly be already gapped. That's what I need them to be. I'm really hoping. Oh yeah. Forgot. Still have a little bit of spark plug in this one. Blisters. So from what I was reading, the blisters on it, I think, is too hot a plug. So, one of the reasons I'm going with the colder one. Also, this is really just rough guesstimations. I just figured I got more compression than what they already think I'm working with. Which, like I said, that's why they recommend the 12s. So, 10s. Ooh. Needs some never season on that. Make sure this stuff stays in the can and off of everything else. Just need a little bit. Yeah, let's see what happens when I do this. Yep. She's a little cold. Could be doing way better. of gas? It's kind of what it seems like, isn't it? Holding it at $2,000 to watch it. Yeah. I'm not taking my foot off the throttle at all. You know what? I bet I may possibly need to richen the mixture. Really hoping that's all it is. I don't want to have to go through and deal with this too much. I feel like I already got the screws backed out a good bit. Get some pressure. Alright, back them out of here. Let's see what that does. Maybe a little more. Alright, so I got some good news and some bad news. Cooling system works great so far. It hasn't overheated yet. Now, bad news is, so I went to go get gas because I thought maybe I was out of gas. Wasn't. So when I filled the tank, got up to about halfway, there turns out to be a pinhole in the side of the tank. So, yeah. The carburetor. Pretty sure I think it's called the idle circuit, is not very healthy. Because it doesn't want to idle very well. But I did get it to sit here and idle, but I had the back screws out almost all the way. And the fuel's just kind of trickling out into the carburetor, so. Guess I'm gonna have to tear into that. I mean, I've been in a 2-barrel before, but never Edelbrock. I'll give it a try though, see what happens. Well, I think I found the idling issue at least. It's got a little bit of stuff in there. And then that comes up through here into these. And then you got these little holes. That's got to go through it. So this is a Edelbrock AVS2, and apparently parts stores don't carry full gasket kits for those around here. They've got the Performer series. I'm pretty sure this part is the same between this one and a Performer. So I can get that. But the gaskets that go right here, I can't find them anywhere that I can have today. And if I ordered them now from anywhere else, I'd have to wait, and I don't want to. So, yeah, trying to make them. Let's see how that goes. Now, while I wait for the rest of the kit to get here, we're going to take a look at this fuel tank in the 86 F-150. I think it's an 86, it might be an 87. Or not 87, 85. Yeah, that one's brand new. That shouldn't be too hard to get out. Alright, let's take a closer look under here. Well, that looks good. Hopefully this comes apart easy. Looks like it might. Of course, I'll have to change the sending unit. Oh boy, I hope that's... I should check and make sure that's the same. Actually, same size hole. Because if it's not, well, then that's not good. Other than that, it'll work. Didn't want to have to go this way, but not a lot of other options if I want to get it done today. Let's take a look at the other one. Alright. It's a little tight under here. Excuse the mufflers. Wow. Well, that's not going to work. Like, just straight up. Oh boy. I mean, the thing's starting to get pretty rough. I need to get the cabin bed off of this thing. Clean her up. These pipes. Did not think they were going to rust out like that. Alright, so now I gotta try to find a fuel tank. I guess no matter which way I go about it, this thing's not going to be done all the way today. Oh boy, that sucks. Now, idling now, got the carburetor sealed back up. Had a lot of gunk in it and whatnot. I'm gonna take it up the road. Hopefully this goes better than the last one. We still got a hole in the fuel tank, so hopefully that doesn't do anything stupid. I'm gonna try to secure the thing up a little bit better than I had last time. just a small flat spot in it, but it is so much better than it has ever been. There's high gear. Like it was last time on the way back. I don't know what all that smoke is about though. So far, everything seems to be holding together. I don't see anything smoking off the motor or anything, just smoke out of the pipes. It's looking good there. No leaks, as far as I can tell. Alright. brakes feel 10 times better than they did last time too. Sometimes they will just come around on you like that. Just would like to know why it smokes so bad. Can't really see it now. I don't know. I think this thing's pretty good now. Alright, so it didn't get as far as I wanted today because of the fuel tank. But I'm going to call this one a win. This thing runs way better. We got the carburetor cleaned out. Really needed that. Fuel filter on it. Probably should have done that before. Then I probably wouldn't have had to clean. Well, no, I would have, because it was slimy in there from sitting. But it's not bad. It's got a very slight, small, little flat spot in the throttle when you try to pin it, but it gets down. That was rowdy. It was not that fast before. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about the amount of power it has. The rest of it could be better, like the smoke. Anyway, that's probably going to do it for this whole series of 347 stroker and the F250. I think that's a good place to end it. Then, you know, later on, might do some other stuff with it. I think for the next one, I want to try to do something with the 86, since I did not get to pull the fuel tank out of that to use on this. That's actually a good thing. I'm glad I didn't have to do that, because I do want to get that truck back up and going. Turns out the sending unit is too big on an 86, because you have a pump in the tank on that, because 85 on is when they started fuel injection for only the 302s. 351s were still carbureted back then. I don't know why. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Go ahead and subscribe, comment if you want, and I'll see you next time.